morning children. Today I Purnima welcome you to my English class once again. And children, we have already done in my previous video, I've already done the explanation of the lesson My Childhood. And today I am going to discuss all the important points, important question answers and the difficult expression of this lesson. So let's begin, students. So first of all, My Childhood is written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was the 11th President of India and he was born on October 15, 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. And children, we all know that he was one of the most brilliant student, most brilliant person of India, and he had studied physics and aerospace engineering and became a scientist. He served the Defense Research Development Organization also, and children, Indian Space Research Organization, we all know that he had done a lot of work and he was known by the name of Missile Man. Now children, he was very popular among children and he often encouraged them with the high-powered philosophy. And he was an excellent, I don't know whether you know that he was an excellent writer. There are many books he has written which is having full of motivational speeches in that book, children. And this is this lesson actually he has written his autobiography. Okay, and what is the name of that autobiography? In my previous video I've told you it is Wings of Fire. It is Wings of Fire, and he was, children, a true nationalist. And he died on 27 July 2015 while giving a lecture. Okay, he had a cardiac arrest. And children, in this lesson, which is actually an extract from his autobiography Wings of Fire, he had recollected about his childhood days, and he had also written that what he had inherited from his parents. His parents, though they were from a lower middle class family, okay, but they provided him all the basic needs except the luxuries of life, and which made him, which had helped him that he had become strong. Now children, the theme of the story here is that it reflects on the harmony and prejudice present in the Indian society. There were so many prejudices are there, so many harmonies are present in our Indian society. This influencing theme is expressed through the accounts of Kalam's childhood. In fact, we can rise in life if we have a strong determination and dedication. So children, he wanted to tell you that there are so many harmony and prejudice present in our society, in our Indian society. Children, this how this can be removed. This he had told by this lesson, My Childhood. Okay, and he had recollected that some happening with his two teachers. One was a new teacher that I will be telling you after, and I will be telling you the important point. Okay, his science teacher, he was good, and then what his experience with the new teacher he had. And then he had actually also described about his three friends who were belonging from the typical Brahmin families. Okay, but the religion never came in their friendship. Children, also children, what he had inherited from his parents. And then children, when he was a good student, lot of expectation he was having from the teacher also. And children, how he went abroad, when he was going abroad, he asked the permission from his parents, from his father. He knew that father knew that mother will not be able to tolerate it, that Kalam will be is going abroad. So what words he took? Okay, this is very interesting. Okay, how he in two sentences and how he had counseled the mother that she had made, she was ready for Kalam, that and she was mentally prepared that now her son had to go abroad for his own future. So this is the main point here. Now children, in this my chapter, My Childhood, I told you it is taken from the autobiography book Wings of Fire, and which is written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam only. Okay, he children here in this book, in this lesson, he give account of his childhood days. Okay, his journey from a middle class family in Ramariveshwar to the president house, and in that journey, he had a lot of obstacle. How he overcome those obstacles is discussed here. Okay, and he worked very hard since childhood. He was a very hard working boy, self-independent. He did not want to be independent on anyone. Whenever he had a chance, he even children collected, he had earned for his own livelihood. He had worked hard and faced all the challenges of life. Okay, now children, he was born in a Muslim family in the island town of Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. And children, when he was a small child, he was greatly influenced by his parents and his teachers and his friends. His father name was Jalaluddin, and though he was not very much educated, but he wanted that his children should get educated and they should move for further studies also, if needs, from out of the Rameshwaram. His father was very generous and kind nature. He was not rich but provided a secure childhood to his children. Abdul inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father. So what he had discovered from his father, discipline and self self-discipline and honesty. And children, faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. His mother, she was very kind nature. She was a very generous nature. Children, the thing is that whenever so many people used to come to her house, she used to cook. Sometimes the people, number of the people were more than the family's member, but then she used to cook for them. Now children, in this lesson, Kalam has mentioned his first wages when he had collected the newspaper for his brother Samsuddin from his help cousin, who used to distribute the newspaper in Rameshwaram. So he has given him some pennies. So it was his first wages also. And children, he had told about casteism. Okay, one of the teacher, he came to his for the first time when he came, and when he saw that a Muslim boy, because Kalam was putting a cap on his head, and when he had seen that Muslim boy, he is sitting with a typical Hindu Brahmin family, because he was having a janu, okay, the sacred thread which is tied, which is put around the body of the typical Hindu Brahmin family. So he told Kalam to get up and go at the last bench. Now, children, when his best friend Ramananda Shastri, he was the son of the main priest of the temple of Rameshwaram. Okay, and children, he also started crying. And children, both the students, both the children, when they came to their house in the evening, they told about this incident to their parents. Kalam's father was of very generous nature, and children, he did not speak anything, though he did not like the idea of the teacher. But Ramananda Shastri, his father, called him and he told that you are sowing the seed of casteism in the mind of these children. This would not be accepted, whether you have to apologize or you have to go back to. And finally, children, he realized the teacher realized that he was doing wrong. Children, one other incident is of his science teacher. Okay, his science teacher also, children, he wanted to break social barriers from the society, and he invited Kalam to his house. Now his wife, when she came to know, she was a lady from a typical Brahmin family. When she came to know that Kalam is a Muslim child, she did not want that he should have anything to eat in her kitchen, and she did not serve food to him. But finally, children, his teacher, he had he had not only served food from his own hand, but he had sat beside Kalam and he had eaten. Now he invited Kalam for the dinner. in the next weekend. Kalam was hesitating because he knew that there will be a differences between husband and wife. So he was hesitating, but the teacher told no. If I want to remove this evil from the society, and then first I have to remove from my home, then only I will get success. So he called Kalam, and Kalam was surprised to learn that his wife this time she came to the kitchen, she invited him to the kitchen, and she served food from his own hand. So children, such were the teachers of those time, that who had removed social barrier like religion, casteism, and all that. Then children, the other important incident in this story, when Kalam wanted to go to Ramanathapuram for his further studies. Now, for higher education, he had to take permission from his father to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. His father said, children, when his father came to know, he silently he permitted him, but he know the mother would be very sad. So he told Kalam, Abdul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly away the sun alone and without a net? So this was the indication to the mother, and finally she also has agreed. Okay, so after World War II, Kalam went to Ramanathan for further studies. So his mother was hesitant, but his father encouraged him by saying the word which I have told you now, that Kalam, Abul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? Okay, so these were some of the major points in the stories. Okay, and then now I would like to discuss children some question and answer with you. First we will discuss the textual question and answers. Okay, now I am doing, children, answer the question in one or two sentences. Okay, and my question number one is, where was Abdul Kalam house? Abdul Kalam house was on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. So children, where was his house? His house was in Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. What do you think there? Dina Mani is the name of, give a reason for your answer. So Dina Mani is the name of a newspaper. Abdul Kalam attempt to trace the second word was news in the headline of this newspaper. Who was Abdul Kalam's school friend? What did they later become? So Ramananda Shastri, Arvindam and Shiv Prakashan, they were his school friend. Ramanidham Shastri became the priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Arvindam went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims. Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railway. So, and children, we all know that he became the, Kalam himself, he became the 11th President of India. Okay, and he was known as the Missile Man of India. So how did Abdul Kalam earn his first wages? Abdul Kalam earned his first wages by distributing a newspaper. Had he earned any money before that? In what way? Yes, he had earned money before that. He used to collect the tamarind seed during the World War time. All of a sudden there was a demand for tamarind seeds, so he collected those seeds and sold them to a provision shop on the Mosque Street. A day's collection would fetch him the princely sum of 1 anna. Okay, so he was a hard working boy when he was small only. Now children, you have to answer these questions in 30 words. First, how does the author describe his father, his mother and himself? The author described his father as a wise and generous person. He felt happy when he helped others. He did not have much formal education and riches. He was a man of confidence and great wisdom. He avoided inessential comforts and luxuries. And Kalam has learned self-discipline and honesty from his father. Now about his mother. Her mother was a noble and kind-hearted woman. She used to feed a large number of people. She had all the attributes of a typical Indian mother. Now, about Kalam and children, he had learned generosity and kindness from his mother. Now, about Kalam, he was born into a middle class Tamil family with a short height, with rather undistinguished look, born to tall and handsome parents. He studied physics and aerospace engineering and became a scientist. He worked in ISRO also, until then he became the 11th president of India. Okay. Then question number 2, what characteristic does he say he inherited from his parents? So the author inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father, and children, his mother, she used to have faith in goodness and integrity from his, she was a very generous and kind lady. So he had inherited these two qualities from his mother. Discuss these questions in class with your teacher and then write down your answers in 2 or 3 paragraphs. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups, says the author. Which social group does he mention? Were these groups easily identifiable, for example, by the way they dress? Were they aware? Now children, these are the questions and I will be answering one by one. So question number 1, the author talks about the people who belong to various castes and follow various religions, teaching. And these groups were easily identifiable. Their dressing, their tradition, their culture and rituals were different. Question number 2. Were they aware only of their differences or did they also naturally share friendship and experiences? So they did share their personal experiences and friendship. Lakshman Sastri summoned the teacher who separated the author and his friend in the class and told him that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the mind of innocent children. Now third, the author speaks both of people who were very aware of the differences among them and those who tried to bridge these differences. Can you identify such people in the text? So, the school teacher encouraged communal differences and Lakshmana Sastri and Shiv Subramaniam Iyer discouraged the malpractices. Now, children, answer number 4. Narrate 2 incidents that show how differences can be created. Okay. And also how they can be resolved, how can people change their attitude. So the influential people can do both the things. A teacher has the ability to bridge communal differences and can play with sentiments of the innocent and ignorant people. This is what the new teacher did, but the science teacher Shiv Subramaniam Iyer changed his wife's attitude and showed her the right path. Okay. Now, so these were some of the questions from the textbook. Now, children, thinking about language. Erupted, a sudden demand for tamarinds erupted in the market. So these are some of the words which you have to learn casually, undistinguished, erupted. Okay, surge. So, and I have already told you the meaning of these words. Now children, we will see question number 2. What are the things that can erupt? Use example to explain the various meaning of erupt. Now do the same in the word surge. What things can surge? So children, first of all, an earthquake can erupt, an emotion can erupt, and anger can erupt. Okay, so an earthquake erupted in Sicily last night. Okay, so these are some of the words. Now Surge means a sudden powerful forward or upward movement. A wave surge, a crowd surge, a storm surge. Birds search for fish when waves surge towards the shore. So what is the meaning of surge? A sudden powerful forward or forward or upward movement. Trace means to find out, to copy, to draw an outline. Finding out is the closest meaning to trace. I will trace her out in the crowd. Okay. Undistinguished is opposite to distinguished. It means not specific, not prominent, not distinct. Now children, then there are match the column. Okay, I think this you have to do by your own, but I feel that I should discuss it. So broke out means began suddenly in a violent way. In accordance with means accordance to a particular rule. A helping hand means assistance. Could not stomach means was not able to tolerate. Generosity of spirit means an attitude of kindness. Figure of authority means person with power to make decision. Okay, so these are some of the important children exercises that I've discussed with you. Then you have to look at, find out the opposite from this. You have to do by yourself. Okay. Now, I will be discussing some of the important question answer children apart from this textual question answer. So children, first of all, I have already told you this is very important what Abdul Kalam inherited from his parents. So he inherited self-discipline and honesty from his father. He did not enjoy a very comfortable life, though he provided all the basic needs. Okay, and he always favors education because Kalam wanted to go for his higher education. So just because of his father broad-mindedness, he went to for his further education. Now he inherited faith in generosity and kindness from his mother. Okay. Then how did Kalam earn his first wages? With the outbreak of the Second World War, the train halt at Rameshwaram station was suspended. The newspaper had now to be bundled and thrown out of the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi. Kalam's cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspaper, needed a helping hand to carry the bundle. He did his job. In this way, Samsuddin helped him earn his first wages. Who was Siva Subramaniam Iyer? What did he say to Abdul? Siva Subramaniam Iyer was Kalam's science teacher. He invited him to have food at his house, though his wife was an Orthodox Brahmin. She was an Orthodox Brahmin. He sat beside his teacher to eat his meal. His teacher invited him to the meal the next time. He observed Kalam's hesitation but told him that such problem had to be faced once we decide to change the system. Children, what happened when Abdul Kalam was in 5th standard? So I told you when he was in 5th class, a new teacher came to him, and when he saw that he's putting a cap, he realized that he is a Muslim child sitting with a Hindu boy. The teacher could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy, and he told Kalam to go and sit at the last row. Okay, and which was not tolerated by his friend Ramananda Shastri. He started crying. Why did Lakshmana Shastri summon the new teacher? So Lakshmana Shastri summoned means to call. He summoned the new teacher because the teacher wanted to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the middle of the innocent children. He asked the teacher to feel sorry or quit the school and the island. Once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. Who spoke this sentence and to whom? Shiva Subraman earlier was a science teacher. He uttered these words. He was talking to Abdul Kalam. He invited Kalam for dinner. Observing Kalam's hesitation, he told him, once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. What happened when the narrator visited his science teacher's house for the second time? He was surprised that the science teacher's wife took him inside her kitchen and served him food with her own hand. So children, he had got a good faith in his teacher. His teacher, what did he told him? He told that if he can, he would be able to. If he will not, how can he change the society? If he will not be able to change the people from his own house, the mentality of the people from his own house, how can he change the society? So when he came next to time, he had seen that the nature of his wife was changed. Now she had taken Kalam to her kitchen and she served the food from her own hand. How did Abdul Kalam enjoy a very secure childhood? Abdul Kalam was one of many children of his parents. He was a short boy with ordinary looks. They lived in a large ancestral house. His father believed in austerity. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine or clothes. In a way, Kalam had a very secure childhood both mentally and emotionally. Now, children, describe Abdul Kalam's close friend in his childhood. Abdul Kalam had three close friends in his childhood. These were Ramanatha Shastri, Arvindam, and Shiv Prakashan. All these three boys belonged to Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. They felt no differences among them. Ramanatha Shastri was the son of the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Religion and cultural difference never came in their friendship. How did Kalam family foster Hindu-Muslim unity? Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony used to be held every year. Kalam family used to arrange boat for carrying ideals of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site. Kalam mothers and grandmothers narrated events from the Ramayana and from the life of the Prophet at bedtime to their children. What was the situation in India after the Second World War? The Second World War was over in 1945. India's freedom from the British rule was imminent. Gandhiji declared that Indians would build their own India. The whole country was filled with hope and optimism. What did Kalam father said when he asked for his permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at Ramanathapuram? Abdul Kalam wanted to leave Rameshwaram and go to Ramanathapuram for his higher studies. He did not stop him from pursuing his goal. He quoted Khalil Gibran to his hesitant mother. It was the duty of a parent to give their love to their children, but they should not impose their thoughts over them. Okay, and the rest I have already discussed with you. Now, children, I would like to do one or two long question also. Now, so children, describe the benign and liberal influence of parents, friends and teachers in shaping Kalam's personality. APJ Abdul Kalam was lucky in many ways. He inherited a liberal and progressive background. He inherited some characteristics and human values that shaped his personality. His father, Jainuddin, did not have much formal education or wealth. He loved austerity and simplicity. He avoided unnecessary comforts and luxuries. However, he provided all necessities in terms of food, medicine or clothing. His mother was a generous and kind-hearted lady. She loved to feed even outsiders. Kalam inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father. He inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. All his three close friends belonged to Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. However, they never allowed religion and cultural differences to come in their friendship. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was the son of the high priest of the Ramashram temple. Once a new teacher could not stomach a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. He warned not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in children. His science teacher made his wife change her orthodox mind. She served food to Kalam with her own hand. So children, you can see so many types of long question can come in this chapter, and I've already discussed the chapter, each and every point, all the important points, and you can write it, children. Remember, whenever you will write wrong question, you don't have to scribble, no overwriting, and you have to write that long question in at least 3 paragraphs. So with this, I end my video here. In my next video, we will do some new revision of the new lesson. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Good morning, children. I welcome you to my English class, and today I am going to tell you about the children what we were doing. We were doing